Have you ever seen that guy or girl that's been labeled lucky just because everything seems to go their way? Well, I'd be willing to bet that they're the very definition of the term go-getter. Today, we're going to dig into a book that's going to help you gain the attitude and mindset to help you be the go-getter that you desire to be. Hi, welcome to Power Book Barista, where we serve up overviews of fun, easy to read power books that are designed to help you hack life's challenges, obstacles, and pitfalls. And we'll even be enjoying coffee from around the world. So if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing. Today we're going to dive into the world of the go-getter, a story that tells you how to be one, by Peter Bernard Kine. Our story begins as Mr. Alden Ricks, founder of the Ricks Logging Company, Mr. Skinner, its president and general manager, and Captain Matt Peasley, president and manager of Blue Star Navigation Company, and happens to be Mr. Ricks' son-in-law, are having an intense conversation. Mr. Ricks, also known as Cappy, is unhappy at how Mr. Skinner and his son-in-law, Matt, have run the Shanghai office. He feels that they haven't paid enough attention when appointing the general managers for that office. In fact, the last 3 people that they sent have gone, self-destructed, and even stolen money from the company. Now, Skinner and Matt don't believe their top candidate, Mr. Andrews, has been tested or has the experience to go out there and do the job. Of course, Cappy seems to disagree, so he takes it upon himself to test Andrews on a temporary basis just to see if he has what it takes to make it out there. Enter William Peck. Mr. Peck is a disabled veteran who lost his arm and now has a limp from a severely broken leg in the Army. After being denied by Mr. Skinner and Matt, he shows up and tells Cappy he's there to claim his job. Now, Cappy calls Skinner in and tells him to give him Andrew's job, but he gives him the autonomy to set a fair wage. He wants him to be fair, but also wants Peck to be tested. He tells him to give him what they call skunk wood, which is very hard to sell, give him scraps and pieces, and send him out to the territory to see if he can sell it. If he sells it, then he gets Andrew's job and his salary. But if not, then he's out of here. But little did they know that Bill Peck came prepared and he would not be denied. More on that in a minute. But first, let's get some coffee. Brutal Awakening is one of the best coffees I've tasted in a while. It's normally just what I need to get me going in the morning or when I'm late night grinding in the office editing this fabulous footage. Even when I drank it black, which isn't really often, I didn't get that familiar, bitter aftertaste that I find with a lot of high volume commercial brands. I guess there's something to be said for Blackout Coffee Company's small batch roasting process. Anyway, don't take my word for it. If you're a coffee drinker, then hit up the BOCC in the link below if you're interested. They'll even give you 10% off your first order. Well, like they say, stay on your grind, so let me get back to it. Another good cup of coffee. If you would like to help me out with picking my next coffee, feel free to comment down below. Or if you want to go ahead over to my Facebook page, you can vote in the poll for my next coffee brand. Now let's get down to it, because here's where it gets good. Bill Peck had already decided that the job at Ricks Lumber was already his. He would not be denied. So I say that to say that he exceeded all expectations. He sold the skunk wood that they said nobody could sell. He sold the scraps, the pieces, even brought in 5 new accounts in areas where Andrews had failed. Contrasting that, Andrews was over in Shanghai failing miserably. Cappy, along with Skinner, decided maybe Peck was a better fit for a general manager in Shanghai. But first, he would have to deliver the blue vase. Now, the blue vase degree is the supreme test of a go-getter. In fact, this test is the definition of challenges, obstacles, and pitfalls. If you're getting value from this overview, go ahead and hit that like button down below. Now back to the story. Chasing the blue vase can be very elusive, especially when the deck is stacked against you. Cappy and Skinner did everything they could to make Peck give up on his quest. Gave him an impossible time frame, changed the location of the store and the name of the owner. Peck's time in the military had taught him many go-getter qualities that I think we can all learn from this book. Qualities like complete a task by all means necessary, loyalty, follow orders no matter how foolish they seem to be, and do so on time if possible, and if not on time, do it anyway. Pet goes through many trials and tribulations to collect the blue vase for Cappy Ricks. I'll leave that for you to discover. But just know, if you want to be a go-getter, this is a book you definitely need to read. True go-getters or go-getters in training will not delay in clicking the links below. And hey, psst, there's a link to get it free. So when you read this book, come back and let me know your experience. So who's this book geared towards? College students, student athletes, executives of all ages, especially 20-somethings looking to climb the corporate ladder. You'll definitely benefit by obtaining this book and putting it in your library and reading it over and over and over again. This book is available on Amazon, free on Kindle, and even on Audible so you can listen while you commute. For more videos to help you hack life's challenges, obstacles, and pitfalls, click the playlist above. Just because really? Well, I'd be willing to bet that they're the very term. I'm gonna drink a lot of coffee today. Good gracious.